Welcome to the podcast, Let's Talk PWS, a series all about Prader-Willi syndrome. I'm Susie.
And I'm Katie. Let's start talking.
Welcome, listeners. Welcome to episode 2. And for this episode, it is all about PWS Awareness Month, being May, and Go Orange. Katie, what does Go Orange mean and this whole awareness campaign that we drive every May?
Well, a few years ago, I came back from Canberra, living in Canberra for 10 years, and it felt like the Prader-Willi world had turned orange. And I was so excited because it's like we had this global identity, and I was just super excited to have a brand and a colour, and it was ours, and that's my personality, so I really enjoyed that part of it because it just felt bright and beautiful. And it's all about around the world we raise money for our association and raise awareness with all of our communities about Prader-Willi syndrome. And there is a story behind it because to my delight, it started here in Melbourne. And Kate has the story, so spill the tea.
Well, I have been privileged to see the rise of Go Orange around Australia and around the world right from the beginning when Tessa came up with the idea, the concept, and she chose orange because it's associated with hunger. And her very clever sister-in-law, Robin, took her concept, her idea and her name of the whole month and did the branding, the website, the merchandise ideas, just made it a brand, and she grew it exponentially. And when Tessa's son, Jamal's school, adopted Go Orange as a whole school fundraiser awareness campaign, they really presented a model that was used going forward, and it spread to other schools, to other clubs, families joined teams, and the whole thing's just grown hugely. And it was such a good idea, it spread to the other states, and it was even such a good idea, it spread internationally, and it's very big in the UK, Ireland, South Africa. South Africa love it. So it's spread internationally. And again, the minute you see Go Orange, you immediately have the whole idea of Prader-Willi syndrome going forward, making the world better for Prader-Willi syndrome. Fundraising, awareness. What a message.
For our listeners out there who don't know, so you mentioned the association Orange with Hunger. So what's that about?
I think it's just an international, Tessa found it, and I believe everything Tessa says.
Yeah.
And Tessa researched it, and orange is the colour associated with hunger, which perfect match to Prader-Willi syndrome. And it's universal message, and it's very simple. Go orange for May, and it's resonated. It's resonated with communities right around Australia and internationally. So it's a lovely success story, and we're very grateful to Tessa and Robin for making really what it is today.
Incredible. And so around the world, May is the awareness month for Prader-Willi syndrome. It's when we ask people to wear or do something orange in support of people with PWS. And there is a website. It's go-orange.org.au. And on that website, you can request a personalised profile picture that you can put on Facebook or your other socials. And there's also ways to go orange and raise funds for your local PWS association. So what it does is it actually gives you a vehicle to raise money for people in your area, which is fantastic. And I love the whole Find Your Tribe thing. And around the world, it just bursts of orange every May. I know for Mother's Day, we usually ask our mums to wear orange so that we can just celebrate our tribe, our community. So I'm really in love with it. We will put the website in the chat, and if you'd like to get in touch with who your local association might be or how you can raise funds, there is lots of ways through schools. We know that a lot of schools do hold Go Orange days during May. And we know that a lot of landmarks around the world light up orange, particularly on the last Friday of May. We just see incredible landmarks. Like I think last year or a couple of years ago, we had the MCG,
That's right.
Olympic Park, the Balti Bridge. And then we saw landmarks all around the world from, like you said, South Africa, UK, New Zealand. And that was just so amazing.
Well, it shows you a good idea can spread. But look, workplaces get involved, whole towns get involved, little country towns will, the schools, the cricket club, the footy club will all get behind it. So it just needs a seed of an idea and it grows.
Fantastic. And we would like to invite all of our mums around Australia to our Mother's Day events. It will be held on the 9th of May, and at the moment we have it in 4 capital cities. So you can find your links to the tickets below in the chat. And we hope that we can all come together and celebrate May and Mother's Day. I do love that Mother's Day is in May. I think it's a really good excuse to get together. So, we'd love to celebrate and come together.
Absolutely. Bring your mothers and your mothers.
That's right. And anyone who cares for our kids.
Yes, absolutely. Well, my mum's coming to this one.
Yes, I'm so
Very
excited.
chuffed about.
Yes.
Thanks, ladies, for sharing a little bit more about Go Orange and May being Awareness Month, but specifically to PWSA and calls to action, what we want our listeners to be aware of. And obviously with this disability, we need research, we need funding, we need so much help. But what does this drive, or what can it do to help PWSA in terms of donating and becoming members?
And it's a fundraising that gives the extra string to the bow to expand the training, to expand the dissemination of information. So as many people in the community know about PWS, it's the advocacy through attending meetings, actually fronting up to conferences and things like the transport to get people there, to support the Aula group, the wonderful work that Georgina's doing, facilitating our young adults to just show us how they're living their best life possible. That is all going to be expanded the more fundraising that we can get. And the only way we can do that is all put in and contribute.
Yes, absolutely, because sadly we can't run on the smell of an oily rag, can we? And there's so many costs still associated with PWSA and any organisation as a whole.
Exactly. And the provider forums are really important to train the sector. So we really do need next level support workers, and the only way to get that is to get them on the same page and actually lift their skills. So it's a bit of an uplift to usual support work, and it's also important for our families to have somewhere to go so that they can figure out what to put in their plan and what reports do we need and how do we get our ducks in a row when it becomes all too much or when it goes to that next phase. And to be a touch point or a place to come where we can at least give them some advice around that. And to do that, we need to exist. So we need to have PWSA HQ where we can actually help people when they have their inquiries and really get the right things in their plan.
So, Katie, where can people go to donate for PWSA?
So go to our website. So it's pws.org.au and on the giving page, you'll find different levels of membership. So there's family members, and you can either do it on a monthly or an annual basis. So the monthly fee is $10, or you can get an annual fee for $110. And then there's a professional member as well. So they're $200. And the organisation fee is $1,000, and that's for the larger organisations. And that will give them access to provider forums and really to get their staff skilled up, and just to give them a place to come where they can get that specialist type of training that we really do need. And also on that page, you'll find ways to donate. So if you have an event in your child's name to raise money in your family or your community, you can set up a giving page for that, similar to GoFundMe. And then the association gets some of those donations all of those donations. And then there are sponsorship opportunities. So this podcast is something that a company can sponsor. So for 10 episodes, it's $1,000, or for a year, it's $5,000, but you'll be your logo will go on every single episode. So there are all different kinds of ways to donate. Thank you again, Kate, for being
Delightful.
on our podcast, and we really appreciate all of the work that you do, and thank you for coming on to explain Go Orange. As we close tonight, don't forget to sign up as members at pws.org.au, where you'll also find ways to donate and sponsor our various projects and initiatives. Please remember to like, follow and share us on our socials. And until next week, let's keep talking.